Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. We are doing Narcissist and Empath Lecture Series. Now we are in the 8th sign of Scorpio, which can be very tough. See, whenever Rahu Ketu appears in this axis, 2-8 axis or 5-11 axis, since these are fixed signs, whenever these appear in the Kendras, right, these 4 houses, it becomes quite difficult. They become quite fixated. The very highly focused aspect of Rahu and the very boundary aspect of Ketu come dominantly into play. 11.5 we shall see a couple of lectures later when we come to Aquarius. Anyway, so now we are speaking of Mars because that's the dispositor of the first house being Scorpio. As a narcissist, this can become very intensely narcissistic because Mars as it is has a lot of ego. Rahu placed there intensifies this narcissism, making the individual more competitive, aggressive in their pursuit and recognition and admiration. Keep this in mind because we'll see Anuradha Nakshatra and how it plays out there. Now we're talking about Rahu in Anuradha, Ketu in Kritika. And then it'll move, Ketu will also move towards Rohini in the next 2 padas. So we will talk about that dynamic. Impulsive narcissism. Mars is very impulsive planet. It wants to quickly act without thinking. So impulsivity is huge. Individual seeks attention and dominance in more aggressive and immediate manner. Ego-driven actions. Mars can drive the ego to the forefront, making the individual more focused with their own desires and needs. Now, that being said, in Mars, Rahu will also affect the 9th house and the 5th house of children romance. So this Anuradha being dominantly focused towards relationships, this one has a tough time because there is Ketu on the other side. So this kind of person might be intensely focused on relationships towards a self-validation, Mars, ego. Okay, so both Narcissist number 1 and Narcissist number 2, because both have Anuradha to Kritika, Anuradha to Rohini, the common traits there. But let's just take for a minute what it means in Anuradha Nakshatra. Yes? For Anuradha Nakshatra, Rahu placed there gives intense ambition and strong desire for success. These individuals are highly motivated, right, for their own egotistical pursuits. Somehow it can also make them strategic thinkers. Mars is highly logical planet, and Rahu placed there in their house will make them very strategic, logical thinkers, planners. Rahu influence can make them skilled at devising devious means. Rahu is a devious energy and executing strategies. Good planners, for example. Rahu in the first house in Anuradha can also make a person very determined, have a lot of perseverance. They have a lot of persistence in them, so they want to get their goals and their pursuits really strong. Mars is the dispositor. Think Mars. They do not easily give up and are willing to face up challenges head on. Interest in relationships. This is interesting because Anuradha is a nakshatra of relationships. Like lesson is merging needs bond of love to be aroused to reach the zenith point. But Rahu being obsessed about that aspect, that 5th there, romance, it gets detached when it gets married. So these people are the kind of ones who want to chase very strongly. Rahu is influencing it. The partner, the potential mate. But as soon as they get involved and get married, they become detached. You see what I'm saying? So they have interest in relationships, have a strong desire for deep, meaningful connections, but they don't build upon that connection. Rahu is only a head. It doesn't have arms or legs or body. So although it's interested in a lot of stuff, it cannot hold on to it. Desire for recognition, strong, because Mars is there once again. Yes, this is what it brings to Nakshatra. Now let's see the other side. Now let's see what Ketu is playing for the same individual going between Kritika and Rohini Nakshatra, because Rahu Ketu play at the same time. The game is played oscillation between 1 and 7 axis. So let's see that. Now first Ketu in Kritika will bring about all of these learned knowledge from past lives. Ketu is past lives. So this narcissist has already conquered the area of being or interacting with others. Has already gone a pretty fiery transformation in some past life. So now they're using their internal fuels to ignite the internal fire to transform their life. That's the life lesson of Kritika. If you place Ketu here in the 7th house, and Rahu in Anuradha, of course, it makes that ambition to dominate over others pretty strong. They want the community attention. They want that skills set and improve that. But since Rahu is sitting on the head, they become very traditional in nature. The quest for inner transformation in Kritika often may be drawn to practices that lead to personal enlightenment. So how does this play out in effect? In effect, this Ketu is feeding the knowledge of others from past lives into this Rahu in order to achieve that ambition and popularity, especially in the immediate social circles. What does it do in Rohini, the next kind of narcissist? This guy, the narcissist number 2, right? How does that play out? Well, Ketu here in Rohini, because Rohini is all about resources, it comes in Taurus. They are all about resources, money, and how to make things, how to get the resources in order to take in this world. But detachment makes them very minimalistic kind of people. Ketu is detached from that now. So they tend to adopt a simpler, minimalistic lifestyle. Although they might seem minimalistic, they're quite narcissistic in nature. Because Ketu here is displaying that illusion. Ketu in Rohini can give an interest in arts and creativity also. Being in Taurus sign ruled by Venus, it provides that. These individuals may have a natural affinity for arts and creative expression. They have a quiet strength about them. See, they have conquered the territory of the 7th house, right? So they have a quiet strength, not so much displaying outwardly. Inner strength and resilience. Ketu's influence in Rohini can lead to strong inner fortitude that helps them navigate life's challenges with grace. What does fortitude and quietness provide us? Grace. Not running headless chicken all over the place. Seekers of inner beauty. Ketu in Rohini. Now it's gone internal. So they tend to seek the inner beauty of others. They know the inner beauty of others. But since Rahu drives the show here in the 1st house, they may tend to use people to their own means. How to become manipulative, because Rahu is very manipulative in nature. Yeah. Now let's see the empath portion. So empath number 1 and 2 are the reverse, right? Reverse of the Rahu. So it goes Ketu in Anuradha to Kritika or Ketu in Anuradha to Rohini. These are empaths number 1 and empath number 2. That's all the difference is. So Ketu, when Mars becomes an empath, what does it tend to do? Well, it is empathy driven by action. Mars is an action-oriented guy. So these people are like act first, think later. They will act towards whom? They will act towards the other, towards everybody else, their spouse, their better half, the others, partners, right? Everybody else. protective empathy. These people might be highly protective towards their spouses. It's just the reverse of the narcissist, yes? These individuals may show empathy by actively assisting others. Anuradha wants to assist. Anuradha is a sign of partnership. Protective empathy, highly supportive and loyal to those they care about, ready to go to great lengths to ensure their well-being. Empathic courage, Mars gives courage. So they are courageous empaths, unafraid to confront difficult situations and challenges on behalf of others. Potential for impulsivity, once again, that is Mars' impulsive nature. It may lead to impulsive reactions and empathetic triggers. Sometimes without considering consequences. Mars doesn't think consequences. It's irrational. Now let's see what it does in the respective nakshatras of Kritika and Rohini to finish up. So first of all, Ketu in Anuradha can give a deep connection to their partners. Yes? Detachment from worldly desires. They tend to have strong detachment from material possession, but they are attached to the partner. Commitment to relationships. This Ketu wants to be really committed to the partner. But we shall see some deeper secretive aspects here. Ketu in Anuradha individuals may value relationships above everything else. Quest for healing and transformation through the partner. Interest in occult and mysticism. But what does this lead us to? Well, there's Rahu on the other side. Rahu in the 7th house makes a person secretly desire fame in their larger community as well as amongst their neighbors. 3rd house is the house of neighbors, immediate social circle. Now we place that Rahu guy in the 7th house. So although this person is an empath, they will want to be competitive in the area of others. They want power and influence over their partner. See, this is the dark side of it. Even the empaths, they're very assertive towards the partner. Because Rahu is situated there, he's assertive. They have a strong will and they are willing to fight for what they believe in. This Ketu, although empath, will assert its will over the partner. Okay? Now let's see Rohini. Now same picture, Ketu in Anuradha, Rahu in Rohini, will give them an intense amplification of their creative pursuits. Will make them want to have commerce and business. That's good for partnerships, right? Rahu will want commerce and business. They want commercial success. Artistic and creative talents, it can amplify those. It can make them charming and attractive. This Anuradha will be very charming towards this Rahu in Rohini. Highly interested in romantic affairs. Maybe foreign people, maybe with foreign people around or in the neighborhood. Might go around having love affairs there. Materialistic pursuits is also a theme there. Because Rohini is very materialistic, now it's amplified. Sensual enjoyment, see there? Rahu in Rohini can lead to stronger desire for sensual enjoyment and indulgence. These individuals may have a taste for fine cuisine, fashion, aesthetics. That's what this arrangement will lead to. Next, we shall take up the next nakshatra after Anuradha, which is Jyeshtha, the second part of Scorpio. In the meantime, take care, be safe.